Well, we know about the Filipinos in the ring, but we have Filipinos who are handling business outside the ring as well. And I'm going to introduce you to one today. I'm here with Joe Quiambao. He's the director of operations for Split Team Management and a founding advisor for Millions, which is an organization that gives athletes new streams of income, through merchandise and autograph signings, things of that nature. So, Joe Quiambao, welcome to Round by Round.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you having me, Ryan.
So first things first, this might seem a little bit crazy to people who are watching this because how I know how many times it happens to me. How many times do people say, "Are you Ryan Sangalia? When are you going to write about me in Ring Magazine?" Does that happen to you? Because it happens to me all the time.
Yeah, well, it happens to me quite a little too many times. I would say one too many times, but it happens probably at least 12, 13, 20 times a year where I'm at an event and they say, "Hey, you're that writer, aren't you?" I'm like, "No." But I know who you're talking about.
But I'm looking at you right now, and you got something around your neck right there. And that's something that you can't just buy, in a magazine. You got to earn that. That's the New York Golden Gloves Championship. That was 106 pounds, I believe, right? 1993. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. Yes,
so,
sir.
Tell me about that.
Oh, it was well, I started when I was a little kid. I was a boxing geek, just like you. And I used to watch it over and over. And I told my father I wanted a box. So, we took me to the local boxing gym. And I was training. And come 1990, I competed in the Golden Gloves. Went to the finals, lost in the finals. And the next year, lost in the finals. And then the year after, I kept losing in the finals. So the fourth year, I did everything that I took. When they say when you lose, don't lose. Don't take the L as a loss. Take it as a lesson. So that fourth year, I actually what did I do wrong? What did I do good? I analyzed everything, and I did it in that 1 year. And lo and behold, I came out on top. And it was one of the it was probably what they say is one of the most memorable bouts of the '90s in the Golden Glove, and they still show it every now and then on the MSG network in New York City.
Yes.
And with that said, I became the first Filipino Golden Glove champion. It was something I think there was 2 or 3 after me, but hopefully there'll be many more.
So you were raised in Jamaica, Queens, right? Which is a lot of Filipinos out there. Where is your family from in the Philippines?
From Manila and Lucena City, and then they relocated to Manila. And then my father came to the States first. He had a degree in accounting, and he came here. He just knew somebody from our home country. Stayed with them until he he made enough money to have his own place. And then my mom came, and she's an accountant as well. And next thing you know, they get married. They have my older brother, and then they have me. And then next thing you know, we are living in Jamaica, Queens. And the good thing about it is there's a lot of other Filipinos there. So it's just like a family reunion when we go there. When I used to go there, everybody knew each other. A lot of chismes, but it's okay.
Well, you already know.
Yeah.
So tell me about your journey in boxing, because you worked as a matchmaker. Now you're with Split Team Management, and as part of Split Team Management, you're working with the lightweight champion of the world, the Ring Magazine lightweight champion, Teofimo Lopez. You are a renowned hand wrapper. That's one of the underrated skills. The fighters, before they go to the ring, they're trusting you with their hands, and what is it like working with someone like Teofimo Lopez?
Well, the thing is, the first time I met him, it was right before his pro debut. 19-year-old kid, you just see full of energy. I remember his father took me aside. He goes, "Joe, I know you work with a lot of world champions, but you ain't never see anything like my son." And I was like, okay. I see him warming up, and then I see him fight. I'm like, ooh, pretty good. And every fight he was getting better and better and better. And it's good to see someone develop from just a pro debut. He actually had Diana working in his corner, working in his corner. His father just asked, "Hey, can you work the corner?" Like, sure. I mean, I've worked many corners before, but I could see something was special in the kid.
Hmm.
And then it wasn't a regular job of mine because he had other people work the corner. He had Miguel Diaz and some other people. But
Hmm.
once it started, I think I got the gig when. Well, I'll tell you the first time I wrapped his hand. It was in the garden, and I was taking that same day. I had to take a city test, and city tests in New York City, those are golden. That's like hitting the lotto. And I'm supposed to be at the arena at 5 o'clock. And he was one of the early fights. Next thing I know, I'm running late, and I'm looking at the time. I'm like, what am I gonna do? So I just did abacadabra. I just handed it. I just handed my test in, and they said, "You sure you finished?" I'm like, listen, it is what it is. And I'm saying to myself, I hope this thing works out with Teofimo Lopez because I may have just blew a great job great job opportunity. And fast forward to now, I work his corner, I wrap his hands, and uh, next thing and now I'm on for the ride to all the way to the top. And I think he did reach the top of boxing when he won the undisputed lightweight champion of the world against Vasyl Lomachenko.
Hmm.
And I seen ever since I knew him, he was like, yeah, that's one of the guys that I want to fight. They actually were supposed to spar a few times, but it just never materialized.
What are some of the duties that someone who gets involved in boxing management has to, really undertake?
A lot of things, whether from scouting prospects or amateurs, to basically being the liaison from the boss David McWater to the boxer. Making sure everything runs right. I'm basically representing the company, so I got to do everything I can to make sure everything is run right. And I've been doing, I'm basically doing what I did before in my previous job at the Bell Entertainment, where I make sure the fight goes on, everything with the fight happens. Make sure it happens, whether it's medicals, make sure the opponent gets into town, gets to the hotel. Make sure everything runs right. And in boxing, nothing ever, whatever you do, not a lot of times doesn't work as planned. So you got to adjust. That's what I do. And a lot of times, how do I say? A lot of times, as I said, things don't happen. Things don't go according to plan, so I got to fix it. And at the end of the day, when the fight happens, my guy wins. Everybody's happy,
Mhm.
and I'm left there exhausted, and mentally and physically.
They don't see what really goes on behind, like the fans really don't see what goes on behind the scenes. They see what happens on fight night and the bright lights and you got the pay-per-view, but then it's like people like you making things happen and make sure everyone gets to the arena and that they can actually have the fight. So everyone owes you a debt of gratitude there.